Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Brian here, and you're watching Record Spiel. Got some more records to share with you guys as usual. This is my channel where I share my records with all you, and I'm very excited to show you what I have this week. I went to a record store in Temecula, California called Old Town Records. Highly recommend it. It's a little hole in the wall, but great records there, great selection, friendly staff. And I'm just going to show you guys what I picked up. First record here I got is a David Bowie album. This is Lodger, released on RCA. Is that right? Okay. Released on RCA in 1979. There's the gatefold there. And this is the final of the Berlin trilogy. So there was Low and Heroes, and then there was this. And this one is a little more accessible. It's a little more mainstream, more pop-oriented, with some world music influences. He collaborates with Brian Eno on this one. Producer is Tony Visconti. And just a solid album. And I just absolutely love it. This is probably the one I was least familiar with out of Bowie's 70s output. And I'm just really glad to have found this and picked this up. Some of my favorite tracks here would be the opener, Fantastic Voyage, is really great. African Night Flight, Red Sails, fantastic song. Boys Keep Swinging, and then the closer, Red Money's great. Really, all around great album. Glad to get that. Next, I picked up another Brian Eno collaboration, and this time he's collaborating with David Byrne on 1981's "My Life in the Bush of Ghosts." And this is the title is quite interesting. And according to Wikipedia, it's borrowed from Amos Tuchuela's 1954 novel of the same name. I don't know if I got his name right, but there's the backside of it. And it's just, this album's infused with electronic music, Afrobeat, Middle Eastern rhythms, and sampled vocals. Really fascinating listen.
Is waiting for a message of some sort or another.
I picked up, this is an exciting one. This is Gang of Four EP, Another Day, Another Dollar. This was released on Warner Brothers in 1982. And what's really neat about this EP that made me so excited to find is it's got that killer version of To Hell with Poverty. I believe it's the live version that was recorded in London. Also has Capital, If It Fails Us Now, History's Bunk, Cheeseburger, and a really cool version of What We All Want. So, really glad to find that.
We shall be
Next up, I picked up the Phillies, The Good Earth. This is their sophomore album, released in 1986 on Coyote Records. So there was like a 5 or 6 year hiatus between their debut and their sophomore album. And so in a way it's a comeback album, and they did a really good job on this. Glenn Mercer's vocal delivery has a real like Lou Reed influence going on. But yeah, this album is still driving like rhythmically like Crazy Rhythms, but it's still a little more relaxed. It's got a larger acoustic guitar presence on here, and just another fantastic album by this group. In fact, I'll give you a little needle drop right here. Check it out. Next up, I picked up Presenting the Fabulous Ronettes featuring Veronica. Very, very excited about this one. Probably more than all the other albums. It sounds so good. Sundays did a really good job on this one. The guys over at Quality Records pressed it, and they did a wonderful job. They did this in mono, which is the way it was when it came out in 1964 on the Phillies label. And of course, famously produced by Phil Spector. And this is where he's starting to get the wall of sound developed. And just in his idea of a 60s girl group. You know, it's just a really special record. A collection of singles from the previous year. And yeah, I mean, this album is just a real fun listen, chock full of songs that's been with me my whole life. And Phil Spector would later go on to develop that wall of sound with like the Righteous Brothers and Ike and Tina Turner, and even the Ramones. All right, next up, I picked up Spaceman III. Sound of Confusion, released on Glass Records in 1986. This is a group formed in England in 1982 who they spent the first 4 years of their career just playing gigs and recording some demos like For All the Fucked Up Children in the World, We Give You Spaceman 3, and Taking Drugs to Make Music to Take Drugs To. And then they got signed to Glass Records in 86. And made this, which is consisting of some originals and some covers of some of their influences, like the 13th Floor Elevators and Juicy Lucy, and of course the Stooges, who they really have a huge influence by. In fact, side 2 has Little Doll and a song called Ode Catastrophe, which is really just an extended riff of TVI. But yeah, fantastic album. The members on here is Peter Kember, aka Sonic Boom, and Jason Pierce, who would go on to form Spiritualized and take the name J Spaceman. Yeah. this next one's really neat. I picked up a record store day from 2017, and that is Iggy Pop's New Values, which is his third solo effort, and this is also where he signed to Arista Records in 1979. He leaves the David Bowie nest here to record on his own. Well, actually, with the help of James Williamson, and Scott Thurston. And this pressing is really neat because I will show you. It comes with a poster, and it's got this really neat blue marbled vinyl there. You can see that. That's pretty cool. And let's get this poster out and take a look at it. I think this one might have to go on my wall. There's the poster there. It's just about the same as the cover art there. So yeah, this was done by the guys over at Friday Music over in Huntington Beach, California, and they did a good job. It was pressed over at RTI, so it's got that good quality vinyl there. And yeah, I mean the music on it's really great. It's it's a bit dated, but I can appreciate it because it just really brings out Iggy Pop's character on this album. And I've discovered one of my new favorite songs by Iggy Pop, and that's Endless Sea. And I'm going to have you guys check it out right here.
Oh, baby, what a place to be. In the service of the bourgeoisie. Where can my believers be? I want to jump into the endless sea. Oh, the endless sea. Sea. I want to jump into the endless sea. Let it wash all over me.
Okay, so that was a little bit of Iggy Pop's New Values. Oh, and another really great song on here is I'm Bored. Probably my favorite song on here too. So yeah, glad to get that. All right, guys, I got one more album to share with you, and I picked up Kanye West's new album, Yay, and well. Let's start with the drama. We all know that Kanye makes some pretty crazy statements, like the 400 years of slavery statement he made on TMZ, the Twitter rants and stuff. I don't see eye to eye with him, politically speaking. But that being said, he does make some good music, and This album is actually kind of a hit or miss album, though it's still pretty damn good. It's got the format of the 7-song format. It comes in like 23 minutes. I love that. Between May and June, Kanye produced like 5 albums, and 4 of those albums have that 7-song structure to them, which I think it's a great idea. I just heard this morning the Pusha T Daytona album. I thought that was really good. I think I want to get that one. But yeah, this one, like I said, hit or miss. Some great songs on here like Yikes and Ghost Town. really getting inside the mind of Kanye on this one. And I think in the long run, it'll be interesting to see if this is actually a standout album or not, because there is a lot of criticism behind this album, but we'll see. All right, guys. So that does it for my vinyl haul. I hope you guys saw something interesting. Please let me know down in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. Remember, keep seeking music and sharing it with your friends. And we'll see you guys next time. All right, take care. Bye.